So yesterday we went with Luke. So today we quickly look into the class objects and methods. So what is in class? So I was explaining today is what's in class is a blueprint model of a physical input. So in layman terms, if I let's say you wanted to create a table, a wood table. So before creating any wood table, you would like to note down like what would be the dimension of the table that you are going to, what would be the color of the table, right? And what kind of look it would have, right? So you would note down these things first, and then you would start creating a actual table, right? So the model, the blueprint that you prepared, like this would be the color of that, this would be the length of that, this would be the height of that, that is the class. And the actual table that you would create is an object. Get it? So the physical entity is an object, and the model that you create is in class. So let's say class, if you go through the first line of the slide, is a class can be defined as a template blueprint that describes the behavior state that the object of its type support. It's in similar meaning, like what kind of behavior that particular class would have and what kind of state the object would have, right? So that's in class. So let's say a class dog you are creating. So in dog, what you would have? You would like to have like what kind of breed of this dog is? What is the age of this dog? What is the color of this dog? And the behavior. What would be the behavior of a dog? A dog would bark. A dog would be hungry. A dog would be sleeping. A dog would, right? So whatever the methods that we have in a class is the behavior. Whatever the instance variable that we have in a class is a state of the dog. State means like uh, what, how, what kind of that dog looks like. So if you're going to create a table, then you would create a class table and you would be including like this would be the height and this would be the color of the table, this would be the length of the table, and what this table will do, it will help you sit there, it will help you eat your food there. So these would be the behavior of it. So this is what the class and method is. Got my point? So if you see now, these variables that we are defining in a class are called the instance variables. What are they? These are the instance variables, and these are the methods, or we can say the behavior of a class. Read. So what is an static and non-static? We'll discuss that. That's why I have marked it as a. These methods are not static, but this is static, right? So we'll go more on that. So class and object is clear. Yeah. So class and object are clear.
Yes. Sorry, Manoj. I thought okay.
Fine. So when we are clicking on like creating a class, so this is what we are doing. A class demo. I'm giving the name of let me create dog class itself. Dog class I am creating here. This is what a class dog is. Fine. So now I wanted to give like what kind of this class would be. Like I wanted to know like what breed this dog of type, right? Int, what is the age of this dog, and string color, what is the color of this dog that we had In behavior we had like void barking. The dog can bark, and similarly we'll have some other methods like void hungry. This dog is hungry. Fine. So this is in class that we have created. This is how we do create in class. Fine. So now we'll move on and we'll see object, an instance of class having state and behavior. As I was saying, like a dog has states like color, name, and breed, behavior, eating, sleeping. These are the behavior of a dog, right? So how do we create an object of a class is, let's say I wanted to create an object of this class. How would I create? I would have to specify the class name. For that I wanted to create an object, and the object name. I can give any name of my object. Then equal to new. New is used to create a new instance of a class, and then class name, and with this syntax. So this will give you and create an object of the class. So this is how I am going to create an object of the class. Dog is my class. This is the name of my object, equal new, and then the class name dog. So if I want to create an object of this class, then what I will do? Let's say I'm creating main methods. Fine. Dot class I have created. I'm creating another class here just to verify this all. Fine. So what if I wanted to create an object of the class dog? So what I have to give is dog and name of the object obj, and then new, then dog, and then this is done. So what happening is, I wanted to create an object of dog class. I gave the name of the class, and then object name, and then new dog. So this is how we do create an object of the class. Fine. So now if I wanted to access any method of dog class, let's say it's saying system.println I am hungry. I will bark. Bark. Fine. So now in this method, with this object that we created, if we to just give a dot, then we can see what this object provides us. So if you see age that we defined there in the dog class is coming here, breed is coming, color is coming, the behavior barking is coming, the behavior hungry is coming, right? So these methods we can call with the object now. Let's say I'm calling hungry. So if I do execute this, then what would happen? So what it does, since I called the method hungry, so whatever the feature this hungry method does provide, whatever the code this hungry method does have, that code would execute. So what code I provided in hungry method is this code. So this code is executed. I am hungry, so I can use that, right? So similarly, if I do define the age of this dog is 2 years, and in this, if I wanted to know the age of the dog, then m underscore object that we created dot age is coming, right? So what would happen now? You're saying age of the dog is 2, right? And I'm hungry is coming from here. So this is how we can call an method or an instance variable of a class. Now one thing I was marking here is as red, static and non-static. What does that mean is, so let's say if I do have a method static void eat and just say a dog can eat, and I wanted to call this method there, then how would I call and what other options I do have? What if I choose C dot eat? I'm able to call this with an object that I created. So we'll execute it and we'll see. If we see, it's saying a dog can eat. Fine. But since it is an static method, then what other way I do have? I don't need to create an object of this. I'll just comment this all. Dog class I had, and if I do click dot after dog class, then what I see? The eat method is visible here. Why? Because it's a static method. Static and non-static, the difference is non-static instance variable and methods are belongs to the object, while static variable and static methods belongs to the class. So the variable and methods, those belongs to class, we do not require to create an offset of that. We can directly call them with the help of the class name. So if I do this and execute it, it say a dog can eat. So basically for static variable and static methods, I don't need to create an object of that. I'll try to execute and call the age by variable. See, I did not created any object here, right? This all is commented, but I'm able to access the static references that we provided, the static modifier that we provided. But what if I do dog dot, this is the method that we created, right? Dog dot hungry, what it is giving us, it's saying cannot make a static reference to the non-static method hungry from the type dog. It's a clear indication like we cannot access a non-static reference with the static reference. Fine. So are you clear with the static and non-static concept?
Yes, Manoj. Yes.
This is what the static and non-static is. So that is why I marked this as a red. Fine. We'll move on. Methods. As you have already seen here, methods, they are a block of sub-statement that will perform a particular task. So whatever we basically wrote mostly would be in a method, like click is a method. It would have some code to click on something. Find element that we have in Selenium is also a method. So it could have some code inside it in the library, and those statements are being executed. Send key, if you wanted to enter something in a text box, that's a method. Basically, these all are the methods. Fine. So how do we call a method? That we have already seen. Method can be called by a dot operator, syntax, object name, and method name. And this is how we can create and call a method. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So static and non-static methods and variables we clear while working through the code. Non-static method can be called through object dot, and static method can be called using the class name directly using dot operator. There is no need. There is no need to create an object of the class when it is static. So this is in class non-static call. This is how you will call a non-static call. Static call. This is how you will call. We have already seen this. Passing parameters in methods and return values. So what does it mean? So we are not passing anything and doing nothing, right? So we'll create another package. Method.parameter. We'll create a class method parameter. What if I create a method public void some integer c, integer sum equal 0, integer a equal 10, integer b equal dot out dot println sum is a plus b. Sum. Now we wanted to call this method. I'll create another class here. Calculator. Fine. In this class, we'll keep this method. Fine. Now here, calculator is our class. Calc is an object. New calculator. We created an object of calculator class. Now I wanted to call calc dot. What method it does have? Sum. So I called the sum method. Now I wanted to execute it. What would happen? Sum is giving us 30. So this is what the code I included in the sum. So this is giving us. So here we are not passing any values in this method. So basically these A and B being hard coded here. But if we wanted to pass some value and make it dynamic for us, so basically we should focus on how to make a method dynamic. And in that case, what I can do is, one second, I'll modify this one, or I'll comment this and have this. Fine. Integer A, integer B, and I would just remove these two. So basically A and B is being taken from the parameters, and I'm just printing the sum of it. So it's giving an error here. Why? Because we have changed this method and it required some parameter to be passed in. So that is why it is giving an error. Fine. So if you go here and see, take your mouse movement there, then you'll see the method sum int in the type calculator is not applicable for the arguments. We are not passing anything and it's expecting something to be passed. So what we can do is we can pass some value 10, 20 and then see if it's giving us a sum 10 or 20. Now we can make it dynamic, like whatever the value, wherever we wanted to call it, whatever the value we wanted to pass it, we can pass it and utilize the sum feature of that. So this is what the passing a parameter in a method. So how do we pass that and how do we create that method? Fine. Now what that this is printing the value here, but what if I wanted to return this value? So we have marked it as a void. Void means it will not return anything. I wanted to return something. Fine. So I'll just comment this and sorry, I'll copy this and now if you see, I'll make it int and I don't want to print it here. I wanted to return this value sum. Fine. Why did we put int is? Because the return type that we are giving is integer type. If it is a string, we'll mark it a string. If it is an object, then object. If double, then double. Fine. So if we come here, fine. Calc dot sum. It required some argument. 4 we gave. So if we execute it, it will print nothing because the value that it is returning, we are not storing the value anywhere, right? So that is why it is not printing anything. So what we have to do is we have to mark as sum of numbers. So here we are storing that value. Now we can print that value here. Sum of numbers. So it's giving us a value of 38. Fine. So this is how we can return a value from a function. So it all should be clear, I believe. Yeah. So if any question, you can stop anytime. Fine. So if we move on, and so this is what we covered, like static and non-static things, methods, passing parameters, and all those things. How to create an object? How do we call an static function and non-static function? And this is all covered here, and you can go and do practice of that. And we'll go on to conditional statement, like what are the conditional statements. In any language you do have the conditional statements, like it just gives us an power to decide from like what code would be executed and when it would be executed. Fine. So basically these four types of conditional statements we have in Java: if else, and if else if, and switch. So we'll see that. We create an package org.demo conditional statement.demo. Fine. class the conditional statements we have and that we'll discuss. Integer x equal to 20, x equal to 100, and if we say if x is greater than 60, then do what? If x is less than 110, then do what? We can write something here just to check. X is greater than 60. X is less than 110. So we execute it. So it's printing wherever. So basically, first of all, we have taken a variable integer. We have given a value of 100 there, and we have put in one if condition here, like if x, the value of x is greater than 60, then do this. So when it was executing, it finds it, yes, it is greater than 60, then it's print this statement. It came to the next if statement, it verified this condition that if x is less than 110, yes, then print this. What if we do if x equal to 110, then print this. So it's not printing the last statement that we had. Why? Because it's not equal to 110. I just made it 110, and then it's printing x equal to 10, and it's also printing yes, x is greater than 60. Yes, it is greater than 60. So this is skipped this time, right? So this is how the if statements works. We'll see if and else. So what if I'm saying that if else print else block. If I do execute it, what would happen? It's printing the first one, but what if I give the value as 50? What would happen? It's printing in else block because x is 50, and here we are verifying if x is greater than 60. No, so it is coming to the else statement and printing that. So this is what the if and else. Any one of them would be executing. If does not conforms to the condition, then it will go to else block and will execute that. Fine. So this is the if and else, and now we'll see the if and else if. If so, this is the if condition we have. If this, then this. If else if, and in else if we do give a condition like x is equal to 50, then system.out.println, yes, x equal to 50, else if else, in else block. So what we have given is we have taken one if and we have taken one else if and then we have taken one else. So what it will do basically is, first of all, it will verify this condition. If it does not verify, then it will go to the else if condition, and then if that is also not verified or correct, then it will go to the else block. This is how it will execute. We'll just execute it and we'll see what happens. So it's saying yes, x equal to 50. Oh, sorry, it's a mistake happened. Fine. So we have given a value of x equal to 50. So since it meeting this criteria, so it is printing this. Fine. So what if we made it 70 and execute it? It's saying yes, x is greater than 10. Fine, so this is how it works. If, else and else conditions. Fine. And now we'll move on to the switch. What is switch? So what if we required, let's say you want, if you have to verify more than 2, 3, 4 conditions, then you would not like to use this if, else, the nested things of conditional statement. Then in that case, what you can do is you can utilize the switch. So in all the languages, basically we do have the switch, right? So it's not what is it embedded, but it's switch. Switch statement dot demo. PCH switch demo. Fine. Since switch demo, we'll have a main method here, and then we'll define one switch. Integer x equal to 4. Switch. So how we do define the switches? This is the key. With what value we wanted to drive our cases. So we'll give the value x. A switch can have an integer or a string value here. The value, if one case is 1, then we are saying that print very poor performance, and if value is 2, need improvements. If value is 3, meets expectation. Meet expectation. If value is 4, excellent. Fine. So I'll just execute this and see what happens. You're saying excellent. See, what happens is we given a switch statement here, and here we have created some cases. The way we do have if-else condition, there we do drive the condition, and on that basis we do find out like if it's what condition it is matching, and that if-else block would be executed. And here as well, the same thing we are doing. We have created case 1. If the value is 1 for this parameter that we have passed in switch, then print this. If value is 2, then print this. If 3, then print this. 4, then print this. I will just change this to 1. So it's saying very poor performance. The reason being, it is matching with this. But now, why do we have kept this break statement? What if we do not keep that? We'll see that. Fine. So I'll just remove these breaks. So what is happening? See, I've given a value 1 here in X. So it should basically print this only, right? But it is printing these 3 as well. Why? Because if we do not give a break statement here, it is not breaking here itself. It meets this condition, print this. Since it does not find a break here, so it's continued and printed everything, including this. What if we give a value 2? So wherever it finds this condition is meeting, it prints that, and whatever there after this case, it prints that all. So that is why we do always sure that we do break the switch once the condition is fine. We'll give a default case as well. Default. What if I give a value of 5 here and then execute it? So it's coming into the default block. So we do keep the default block just to say if none of the switch condition or case is matching, then go to default and print that. So since nothing is matched, it went to default and printed that. Fine. So this is how the switch statements works. Clear?
Yeah.
So we should move on, and was about to cover the string classes. And array, string classes and array I was about to cover. String class will take time actually. That's why I was thinking like should we cover now or later on. Okay. Okay, then we'll cover the remaining topics of Java. So basically the things remains are the string class, arrays, and a flavor of corrections. Fine, so that is remaining. So once we'll cover that, and from onward we can go to the select all. Fine.
Okay, sure, Manoj.
Alright, so let me know.
One thing, morning, yesterday you sent me, right? The files are not working. One of them, I thought it started, opened it, but I didn't able to. It's like downloading. So
Downloading.
yeah,
You're not able.
you're not able to open the files.
You downloaded the complete project there.
Yeah, it once, but I could not able to. The like some. But
Once you are done with downloading that project, what you can do is wherever the workspace you would have created, then go to import existing projects into workspace, then next, and then browse. And once you go to the folder that we have, in that you can go to basically this Selenium training is a one, right? No, Selenium classes is the one folder. So once you go to this folder, you would have a project called Selenium demo, right? You click on that project and click on OK.
yeah, still
You did that?
I'm not able to open any of these files.
I'll send you again. So what I'll do now, I'll just 1 second. Let me zip it and send you. Would you try now? I'll make you presenter and try it now.
Okay.
I made you presenter. You can just share.
Okay. So
Open this. You download
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Where? Extract it. Okay. Go outside of it. Okay. Okay. Fine. Where is your workspace? Your Eclipse.
Um,
Open Eclipse.
Eclipse also downloaded it. Yeah.
Open that.
Not this one, right? I downloaded somewhere. Maybe.
Eclipse.exe just fine. Eclipse.exe. Not here. So downloading again. Just search eclipse.exe in your folders, in your drive.
Yeah, I think this is on Sunday's class, right? We did that.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried it. That one too. No.
Eclipse.exe. Exe.
Yeah.
Not in desktop. Just select your computer. Select your computer on the left hand side. Yeah, select this computer and then search eclipse.exe.
Mm, I think, uh, I think Sunday I used my laptop, so probably it should be in there. Yeah, that's what.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay. So there it would be then. So what
Yeah.
you do, is just open that Eclipse the way I show you Eclipse, and then the Selenium training that folder is there, na.
Yeah. Okay.
So just select that. I mean, just import it and then import existing project and then select that folder. So that is an project basically. So once you and go back to that Selenium training folder.
Okay.
Okay, go to SRC, ORG, Selenium classes, test Selenium class. This is the first class that we have. This is the code that you have, not the
Oh.
complete.
Okay, the demo. Yeah.
This is open each and every file.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
And
Okay then.
you can copy in your classes.
See this one again. It's not. Maybe this one for the
Dot class
Selenium.
file. This is dot class file. That is why you are not able to open this. You can only
Oh.
open file.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So I'll give you this dump as well that we had today, and then you can go to SRC folder. In SRC folder, all the source file would be. So you just have to copy that code and execute.
Okay. Sure. Then. Yep.
Or you can just have the complete project and you would be able to see the structure the way you see in my laptop. Fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try that.
Okay, I'll just stop this recording and we'll see what's happening.
Okay.